Good morning, students. So in the last class, we have seen. Am I audible? Anyone give response?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So in the last class, we have seen about. We have seen the one of the important bridge, that is BC bridge, Mac, Wheatstone bridge. So today, Wheatstone bridge is used to measure measure the resistance in terms of ohms to mega ohms. Okay. So in order to find out, when you want to find a low resistance by using the Wheatstone bridge, you may get the error. Okay. So in order to find out a less amount of resistance or low resistance like lead resistance or contact resistance, so you need to go for another type of bridge, that is a Kelvin's or Thomson's bridge. So this will also comes under the DC bridge. Okay. So in the DC bridge, you have Wheatstone bridge as well as Kelvin's bridge. Okay. Mm. So if you see the Kelvin bridge, so this is the modified version of the Wheatstone bridge. Okay, so modified version of Wheatstone bridge, we call this the Kelvin bridge. Okay, so uh, this is mainly used to find out the resistance of contacts and leads. Suppose if you want to find the resistance of connecting wires like two contacts, the resistance is very less, so it is difficult to find out the resistance. So you can use this Kelvin bridge. By using Kelvin bridge, we can find out the lead resistance or contact resistance. We can find out the low resistance measurement. So for low resistance measurement, we can use this Kelvin bridge. So it have high degree of accuracy. Okay, Kelvin bridge, it can measure the high degree of accuracy. So Kelvin bridge can measure the resistance from 1 ohm to approximately 1 micro. Okay, so from 1 ohm to 1 micro ohm, we can find out the resistance. Okay, whereas Wheatstone bridge, if you see, Wheatstone bridge is used to measure the resistance from some few ohms to several kilo ohms or mega ohms. So okay, Wheatstone bridge is used to measure some high amount of resistances. Okay, high values of resistances. So when you are using this Wheatstone bridge, you may get the errors. Okay, that's the reason the modified version of Wheatstone bridge is called Kelvin bridge. Okay, so in order to avoid the errors during the measure of low resistance, we are using this Kelvin bridge. Okay, so this Kelvin bridge is used to measure the low resistance. So it is used to measure the low resistance. So this is the Kelvin bridge. Uh, so uh, so this is same as the Wheatstone bridge, but some modification is there. So here there is a lead resistance. So there is a lead is added to the another end of galvanometer. This lead resistance is, let us consider Ry. Okay. So the galvanometer another end or galvanometer point, this point is there, this lead point. When it is connected to A, uh, so when it is connected to A, the resultant resistance is what? Rx plus Ry. Okay, the resultant resistance is Rx plus Ry. So when galvanometer point is connected to point C, okay, so that means when it is connected to point A, you are getting large amount of resistance. When it is connected to point C, you are getting small amount of resistance. So that means Rx. So anyway, for R3, Ry is added and you are getting less amount of resistance. So so in order to balance this bridge, this galvanometer contact is connected to point B, so that the resistance is divided with equally. So resistance is divided by Ry by 2 and Ry by 2. Okay. So same thing, whatever I will explain here. So when the galvanometer is connected to point A, so what happens? Lead resistance Ry is added to the standard resistance. Okay. So for the standard resistance, when it is connected to point A, so it is added to the standard resistance. So when a galvanometer is connected to point C, so what happens? So here some mistake is there. So lead resistance, it is a connect, it is added to Rx. When it is connected to point C, so when it is connected to point C, so it is added to R3. So Ry is added to R3. So in order to find out high and low resistances, it should be connected to either point A or point C. Okay. So instead of connecting this galvanometer to point A or point B, okay, point A or point B, so we can connect the galvanometer other end to point B, okay. So we can connect this to point B so that Ry is divided into what? Two equal parts, okay. So Ry can be divided into two equal parts. So when it is connected to point B, so here you can say that RCB by RAB equal to R1 by R2. Okay. So this one RCB. So
Excuse me,
this is
sir.
RCB.
Sir, somebody
Yeah.
is
Tell me.
waiting outside, sir. They want to join the class.
But they should join in time, no?
They have network issues, sir.
Okay. Is anybody is left for joining the class? Shall I continue? Okay. So see here. So you got the relation RCB by RAB equal to what? R1 by R2. So that means if you see, so this is RCB. Okay. So this, what is this one? This is RAB. Okay. So from this you have RCB by RAB equal to R1 by R2. Okay. So see here. So this one. So RCB by RAB equal to R1 by R2. During balanced condition, so you will get this relation Rx plus RCB equal to R1 by R2 into R3 plus RAB. Okay. So Rx plus Rx. So RC, so this is RCB. Okay. Rx plus, so this plus RCB equal to R1 by R2 into R3 plus RAB. Okay. R1 by R2 into, this is RAB, no? So R3 plus RAB. Okay. So now you know that the lead resistance RAB plus RCB equal to what? Ry. Okay. And RCB by RAB equal to what? R1 by R2. So from equation 1. So for this equation, you add 1 on both sides. Okay. So if you add 1 on both sides and taking the LCM, so what you are getting? RCB plus RAB by RAB equal to R1 plus R2 by R2. But RCB plus RAB equal to what? The lead resistance. What is that? Ry. Okay. So Ry by RAB equal to what? So if you see this one, Ry by RAB equal to R1 plus R2 divided by R2. Okay. So now cross multiply. So bring it to this side. So what you are getting? RAB equal to R2 into, so bring it to this side. This one bring it to cross multiply. So what you are getting? RAB equal to R2 into Ry by R1 plus R2 and RAB plus RCB equal to Ry. Okay. So you got this relation. Okay. So RAB equal to what? R2 into Ry by R1 plus R2, and as the lead resistance RAB plus RCB equal to what? R1. Okay. So you know that RAB plus RCB, the lead resistance equal to what? RY. So from this equation, you can write RCB equal to what? RY minus RAB. So this is equal to RY minus what is RAB? You got in this equation, no? So RAB, substitute in this RAB value. Okay, R2 into RY by R1 plus R2. So R2 into RY by R1 plus R2. Okay, so you take LCM. So what you are getting? R1 RY plus R2 into RY into okay. So if you are taking LCM, you are getting RY into R1 plus R2. No. So if you are taking this LCM, so what you are getting? RY into R1 plus R2 minus R2 RY divided by R1 plus R2. Okay. So if you multiply, what you are getting? R1 RY plus R2 RY minus R2 RY. So R2 RY, R2 RY get cancelled. So what you are getting? R1 RY by R1 plus R2. So this is nothing but RCB. So RCB equal to what? RCB equal to R1 RY by R1 plus R2. Now substitute the value of RAB as well as RCB. Okay, RAB and RCB in which equation? In second equation. Okay, in second equation you substitute this value. So Rx plus RCB. So what is RCB? R1 RY by R1 plus R2 equal to R1 by R2 into R3 plus RAB. So what is RAB? RAB equal to what? So you got this equation, R2 into RY by R1 plus R2. So R2 into RY by R1 plus R2. Now you multiply. So what you are getting? R1 R3 by R2 plus R1 R2 RY by R2 into R1 plus R2. R2 get cancelled. So next R1 RY, R1 RY by R1 plus R2, R1 RY by R1 plus R2 cancel. So what you are getting? Rx equal to what? R1 R3 by R1 plus R1 R3 by R2. Okay. So if you observe this equation, the unknown resistance is nowhere depending on the lead resistance. So it is nowhere depending on RAB and RCB. Okay, so that lead resistance there is nowhere depending on the RY, RCB, and it is independent of RAB. So these are the lead resistances RY, RCB, and RAB. So see here. So you are getting the equation same as Wheatstone bridge. Okay, so you are getting the same equation same as Wheatstone bridge. So so this indicates that resistance connecting leads from point A to C has eliminated. Okay, has eliminated as the galvanometer is connected to intermediate position. So we assume that the galvanometer is connected to intermediate position, and we derived this equation. So after derivation, so what you got? Whatever the unknown resistance is there, that unknown resistance is nowhere depending on the lead resistance. The lead resistance are eliminated. Okay, so this is how we can find out the unknown resistance. And next type of bridge is nothing but Kelvin's double bridge. Okay, so previous one is Kelvin's bridge, Kelvin's double bridge. Okay, so why we call this as a double bridge means, so this double bridge means a set of two ratio arms are added. Okay, so set of ratio arms are added. See here, this ratio arm A and ratio arm B are added. Okay, so that's why we call this bridge as Kelvin's double bridge. Okay, so see here, a second set of arms A and B are connected to the galvanometer to point C. To point C. So it is connected to galvanometer to point C. Okay, so this is A and this is A and B. Okay, so appropriate potentials between M and N connection, that is RY. So it is connected to point C to galvanometer and to M and N. So the resistance between M and N is nothing but RY. Okay, so the resistance between resistance between the arms is same ratio. So those are in same ratio. Either it is R1 by R2. So when the galvanometer indicates 0, so galvanometer current is 0 or bridge is said to be balanced condition. Potential at K. So potential at K. So this is a potential at K equal to potential at C. Okay. So what is the potential at K? So potential at K you can write as ELK. Okay. Potential at C is so this total you will get. Okay. So ELMC. Okay. So this is the potential at C. Okay. So see here. So potential at K, ELK equal to ELMC. But what is ELK? By using voltage division, ELK you can write as ELK from voltage division. So you can write as the total voltage E into this branch resistance. So what is the this branch resistance? R2 into the total resistance. So what is the total resistance? What is the total resistance? R1 plus R2. R1 plus R2. So this is the total resistance. So ELK you can write like this. And next, you need to find out the total voltage E equal to I into R3 plus Rx. So what is this one? This R3 plus Rx. This is a total I into this total potential. So plus A plus B into Ry by A plus B plus Rb. So this lead resistance A plus B into Ry by A plus B plus Rb. Okay. So you got the total voltage, no? So total voltage substitute in this equation. So substitute E value in this equation. So what you are getting, ELK equal to R2 by R1 plus R2 into I into R3 plus Rx plus R3 plus Rx plus A plus B into Ry by A plus B plus Ry. Okay. Similarly, ELMC equal to, so you can write I into R3 plus B by A plus B into A plus B into Ry by A plus B plus Rb. Okay. Now, so when bridge is said to be balanced or galvanometer current is 0, you can say that the potential at K equal to potential at C. Okay, this relation. So there is a relation. So you got ELK and you got ELMC. Okay. So now equate these two equations. Okay. So ELK equal to ELMC. But ELK equal to what? ELMC. So what is ELK? I into R2 by R1 plus R2 into R3 plus Rx plus A plus B into Ry by A plus B plus Ry equal to I into R3 plus B by A plus B into Ry by A plus B plus Ry. Okay. So here I get cancelled. I get cancelled. So now you cross multiply. So when you are cross multiplying, so this R1 by R2 going to this side becomes R1 plus R2 divided by R2. Okay. So if you see here, R3 plus Rx plus A plus B into Ry by A plus B plus Ry equal to R1 plus R2 by R2. So it is going towards this side. So R1 plus R2 by R2 into R3 plus B into Ry by A plus B plus Ry. So that means here A plus B get cancelled. So what is remaining? B into Ry by, so B into Ry by A plus B plus Ry. Okay. So that's why B into Ry by, so this one. So after A plus B get cancelled, B into Ry by A plus B plus Ry. Now you divide separately. So what you are getting, R1 by R2. R2 by R2 is how much? 1. Okay. R2 by R2 is 1. Rx plus A plus B into Ry by A plus B plus Ry plus R3 equal to, you multiply. So this one with this one. So what you are getting, R1 R3 by R2. Again, so next 1 into R3. So what is, so you got this one, 1 into R3 is R3. Again, this one with this one. So B into R1 Ry divided by R2 into A plus B plus Ry. Okay. And next, so 1 into this one. So what you are getting, B into Ry by A plus B plus R1. So here if you see R1, sorry, so now what you should do, you should to bring these terms to this side. So Rx equal to, so this one and this one. Anyway, R3 get cancelled. The same terms R3 get cancelled. Rx equal to R1 R3 by R2 plus B into R1 Ry by R2 plus A plus B plus Ry plus B into Ry divided by A plus B plus Ry minus A plus B into Ry by A plus B plus Ry. Okay. So now R1 R3 by R2 same thing. So these both are same now. You can take LCM. So what you are getting, B into Ry minus A into Ry minus B into Ry. So B into Ry get cancelled. Okay. So so what you are getting, Rx equal to R1 R3 by R2 plus B into R1 Ry by R2 into A plus B plus Ry minus A into Ry. So from here you can take A into Ry divided by A plus B plus Ry common. So what you are getting, R1 by R2 minus A by B. Okay. So from these two equations, you can take A plus B plus Ry common, B into Ry common. Okay. So but you know that R1 by R2 equal to what? A by B. So when R1 by R2 equal to A by B, so this equation equal to what? 0. So that means you are getting Rx as R1 R3 by R2. So that means when you are adding two more resistances for the Kelvin double bridge. Okay. So the unknown resistance is nowhere depending on the lead resistances. Okay. These resistance A and resistance B. Okay. So this is the usual equation for the Kelvin bridge. This indicates that so the whatever the lead resistance is there, Ry, has no effect on the measurement. Okay. Provided the ratios of two resistances, ratio arms are equal. So that means it should satisfy this equation. So that means R1 by R2 equal to what? A by B. It should satisfy this equation. So we can measure the resistance from 1 ohm to 10 micro. The accuracy is 0.05 to plus or minus 0.2 ohms. Okay. This is how we can find out the unknown resistance by using the Kelvin's double bridge. So if you see this problem, one problem related to the Kelvin bridge. So in the figure, the ratio of Ra by Rb equal to 1000. So the given. So given from the problem, Ra by Rb equal to what? 1000 he given. Okay, 1000 ohms. And R1 equal to what? R1 equal to 5 ohms. And he given the relation R1 equal to 0.5 R2. Okay, R1 equal to 0.5 R2. So he is asking to find the value of unknown resistance Rx. So this is the Rx. He is asking to find the Kelvin bridge. So from the Kelvin bridge, he is asking to find out the unknown resistance. So from the relation, you have the relation now Rx by R2. Rx by R2 equal to Ra by Rb. Ra by Rb. So this is the relation Rx by R2 equal to Ra by Rb. Rx by R2 equal to Rb by Ra. So he given Ra by Rb, but you want Rb by Ra, just reciprocal. So Rb by Ra equal to how much? 1 by 1000 ohms. Okay. So this is equal to 1 by 1000 ohms. And he given the relation R1 equal to what? 0.5 R2. Okay. So this is a 0.5. What is R2? So sorry. Okay. You need to calculate from this relation R2. Okay, so R2 equal to what? R1 by 0.5. So what is R1? R1 equal to 5. 5 divided by 0.5. So how much you are getting? So 5 ones are 10, sir. So 10 ohms you are getting. So that means from here you are getting R2 as 10 ohms. Okay, so R2 as 10 ohms. Now Rx by R2 is how much? 10 ohms equal to 1 by 1000. So cross multiply Rx equal to 10 into 1 by 1000. 1 0 cancel. So 1 by 100. So this is equal to Rx equal to unknown resistance is 0.01. So from this value, you can say that 0.01 is a lesser value, smaller resistance. So you can say that Kelvin bridge is mainly used to measure the small values of resistance. Either it may be a contact resistance or lead resistances. Okay, so this is how we can find out the unknown resistance. Okay, is any doubts in this today's topic?